Hola, ¿qué tal, mis amigos? Yo, listen, I'm back. As you can see, today we're in the fresh Calvin Klein jacket. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so I've owned a PlayStation 5 for the last 5 years, and I did not realize my PlayStation 5 controller could do these things at all until now. So I'm going to show you the tips and shortcuts that I found out, and also some really cool features about the PlayStation 5 that I bet you didn't know. If you knew them, you're too clever. And the last tip, which is going to be tip number 10, is actually game changing. I can't tell you how excited I am to show you. Like, if you didn't know this, it's going to be really helpful for you, especially if you're playing on the go. So let's have a look. So this first one is actually not really a tip, but it's something really cool that I found out about the PlayStation controller. So did you know that the PlayStation has a symbol texture on the controller itself? Yes, it has like a textured grip when you hold the controller, right? And what that's made out of is a ton of subtle PlayStation symbols. Now, I can't even show you this on camera. Even if I try zoom in, zoom out as much as possible, you have to find out for yourself. Just grab your PlayStation controller, have a look. And yeah, there's a ton of battle scars on my controller. We all know what happened with that. So this one is really cool. Did you know that your PlayStation controller can mute everything? So your sound that you're listening to on the game, your microphone, your speaker on your microphone, you can mute everything. And how do you do that? Well, you press the microphone button on the PlayStation controller. You want to hold that down. Hold it down and it will mute all audio at once. It's pretty crazy. So the third thing that I found out is motion control typing. What is motion control typing? So let me show you. So if you press L3 and R3, which are the two little joysticks, whatever you want to call them, and tilt the controller in any direction, it will start to move the cursor and you can type on any virtual keyboard. It's a pretty cool feature. So this fourth thing is something I found out quite a while ago, but I thought I'd add it into this video. So instead of like when you're typing to a friend or something, or trying to type something in the store and you're, flicking left and right, trying to search something, there's a really easy method. So if you hover over this touchpad, you can basically search for anything. So you can type in a message, kind of like a mouse on a computer. Test it out for yourself and let me know if you think it's actually easier to type it in with the joystick. Because sometimes I feel like, extra shortcuts and stuff actually makes things a bit overcomplicated. So you need to let me know how you get on with that one. So on your PlayStation controller, you'll see a little black hole on the back of the controller. As you can see, there's a little black hole. And when you put a pin into this black hole on your controller, so it will perform a hard reset of your controller. What is that? So if you're having problems with stick drift or something like that, so it will erase all of those issues you're having with your controller and you don't have to spend $70 on a new one. You have to give me a little clap for that one. That's saving you bucks. That's saving you $70. Es un tipo para ti, es gratis. Un controller para tu PlayStation no es gratis, es $60. And you know what you can spend that $60 on? Is you can go and buy my new Homo merch, which is crazy. The drop is crazy. So you see this navy and white? That's what we're rocking. Puedes comprar camisetas en mi sitio. La descripción es abajo. So yeah, you can have a look at what you like in the description below. So did you know if you double tap the PlayStation button on your controller twice, it will open up game cards. What are these game cards? They are kind of like tips and shortcuts and tricks if you're struggling in a game. If you double tap that, it will give you a little shortcut on what you need to do in the game. Yes, I'm a bit dumb in games sometimes. I guess what can you expect from an actor? Like, I'm an actor actually, full time. I'm an actor. You might have seen me in Aladdin with Will Smith. I was also in a film called Come Away where I played Peter Pan, starring Angelina Jolie. And in fact, I'm so dumb, right, that I decided to go and release music. I don't know why I did it, but the music's actually crazy. Whew. Like, my favorite song personally is Addiction, but a lot of people have been telling me nada. Yeah, you can tell me Addiction or nada, because I'm trying to prove to people Addiction is my best track, but they're just not listening for some reason. Alright, so this tip number 7 is probably the most beneficial tip personally for me. So if you want to turn off your PlayStation controller, right, you can navigate to the game center below and turn off the controller. However, did you know that if you press the PlayStation button on your controller for 10 seconds, hold it down, it will turn off the controller. Bang. But don't worry, tip number 10 is coming up soon, which I told you is really good if you're playing on the go. Tip number 8 is if you want to share or like create and share stuff, if you hold the create and share button, it can trigger custom capture shortcuts. So like say you want to clip something, you hold that down, you can then edit it, but more of that can be configured in the settings of your PlayStation. And now number 9, it's a little tip, it's nothing crazy, but I think it's really gonna help you, is if you press the triangle button on your PlayStation, instead of navigating all the way down to the sidebar and searching for something, you tap that and it takes you directly to the bar where you can search for any games or, you know, the store, all of that. And now the time has come for the last thing that you need to know about the PlayStation controller, right? So if you're playing on the go, you're on your MacBook, or maybe you're on your computer or your tablet or even your phone, you can connect your PlayStation controller to any device whatsoever and control everything from there. How do you do that? Well, you want to hold the share button and PlayStation button down and make sure that the device you're using has Bluetooth turned on. So let me do it for you right now. I'm gonna hold down, do a little pairing thing, and boom, it sparks up DualSense wireless controller. You can connect it up nice and easily like that, and boom, you can play any game on your computer and stuff with the PlayStation controller. It's actually mad. But yeah, guys, those are some tips and tricks for you and stuff that you didn't know about your PlayStation controller. Remember, go on your PlayStation controller and look for those little symbols. That's all you need to know about your PlayStation controller. I'll see you guys in the next one. Te quiero. Hasta luego.